Hey everyone, and welcome to another iPico tutorial. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about light reader maintenance, and specifically I'm going to be discussing the inspection of the faceplate, motherboard, and battery connectors. And the reason we do this is just to make sure that everything is secure on the inside. It's just good practice. So go ahead and get all the screws out and remove the inner chassis from the outer box and set it on the table in front of you. And once you've done that, you're going to go ahead and remove the power cable like I've done here and just kind of tuck it away, and that'll just make sure that we're safe before we start working on this. Alright, so the next step is going to be to go ahead and we're going to just unscrew all of these motherboard screws. And if you've got one of the Lantronix modules, which is the one that has the antenna sticking out of it, just go ahead and remove that first, because it does tend to hide some of the other screws, and then you should be able to access the rest. And once you've completed that, you can go ahead and turn it around, and you should be able to see that you've got your transmitter and your receiver in front of you. Just go ahead and remove the screws from that, unscrew the BNCs as I've done here, and just kind of tuck it up off to the side, and then you can remove the cards. Alright, so now once you've done that, you're going to go ahead and remove the faceplate screws, which are those hex screws again. Just go ahead and remove those, stick them off to the side, and then once you've got that off, the motherboard and faceplate should come off in sort of one piece, as you can see here, and it'll come off real nice and easy. Alright, so go ahead and just get that in front of you, and then when it's in front of you, you can kind of look at it and you can see that it's got these different connectors running from the faceplate into the motherboard. We want to go ahead and start removing those connectors, just because we want to be able to inspect them individually, and we want to have a good sight on the actual motherboard. But be really careful when you're removing these, because if you start to yank on the cables too much, it can pull it out of the connector, and then you'll end up having to repair them. Alright, so once you've got it detached, just go ahead and do a visual inspection of that motherboard and then set it aside. And then we're going to take some time, and we're going to look at the actual connectors and the wires. We're just going to kind of follow the path of each wire, visually inspect each of the connectors, make sure everything is secured, make sure that there's no corrosion anywhere, anything like that. And then once you've done that and you're satisfied, you can go ahead and start reconnecting these. Now you want to be sure that you're reconnecting them in the way that they are meant to be connected, and this one right here is the one that's sort of gets people. Just make sure that you've got the red wire here on top and the black one on bottom when you plug it in, and you should be good to go. Alright, so once that's firmly in place, you can go ahead and you can start to reattach the faceplate and motherboard to the inner chassis, and it should just fit there nicely. I begin by putting in the faceplate screws. It's the simplest way for me to do it, and but you can do it in any order that you see fit. And then we'll go ahead and we'll stick those motherboard screws in there, and once we've got that secured, we're going to go on to the other side, and we will replace the transmit card and then the receiver, and then also make sure that you go ahead and reattach those BNC connectors to the receiver so that you're getting a good signal. And it actually doesn't matter which one you plug it into. Alright, so once you've done that, you can go ahead and plug in your battery cable again. Just do a basic inspection of that as well. Just verify that everything's good with that. Make sure that the connectors down there on the battery post are good. Once you've secured those firmly, go ahead and pick it up and put it back into the box. Now you want to go ahead and turn this on before you actually put the outer screws in, just to verify that everything is working fine. And once you've verified that, go ahead and put the screws back in, and you should be good to go. Alright guys, thanks for watching.